Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, in my opinion, need to not only be charged for this crime, but Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish need to be registered as ex-offenders. They also need to be blackballed, and they don't need to work on television shows or movies where children are involved. Hey everyone, I'm back. I just got to talk about this real quick. This is going to be no more than maybe 4 minutes, only so that it can be pushed through the algorithm, because videos that are less than that, it doesn't get pushed. I'm just going to be honest. But I'm going to keep it real and say Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears need to be charged for crimes of abusing children. They need to be blackballed, and they need to be registered as offenders of children. Okay? First of all, I don't care if this was leaked because of Aries going after Lizzo. Right is right and wrong is wrong. This was made 7-8 years ago. They knew that this was wrong. But I believe they did this for a ritual, more so to benefit Tiffany. Now, there's a YouTuber named Jada Black that was saying that, Tiffany got caught in the crossfire. That is BS. I don't listen to Jada Black. I have nothing against him, but that's BS. Because first of all, Tiffany knew the mother, and she basically went to the camp to recruit the daughter. Okay? She built a relationship. She was grooming those children, building their trust, and that happened. The little girl felt uncomfortable, and then the little boy was crying and she told, not Aries, she told the little boy, basically, you never gonna work in this business again because you crying. Tiffany didn't care about those children. They're both guilty. And those kids were violated. I've seen the video. I'm sure you have now. It's all over. And they're not going to scrub it. And those kids are not protected. And that's sad. But here's the real sad thing. The sad thing is that the trauma is now going to be replayed and replayed and replayed. I don't give a damn what happens to Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. And even if it's because of the whole thing with Lizzo, here's the thing. Yes, for the most part, what he said. Lizzo, that's a separate thing. However, you can't blame Lizzo for what happened in this sketch 7-8 years ago when in 2014 and 2015, we didn't even know who a Lizzo was. If you would have said Lizzo, we would have thought it was an actual Lizzo you were talking about. Nobody knew who this girl was. She didn't come out of the woodwork really with name recognition until 2016. Okay, so that was like a year or 2 years after this video was made. So I'm not going to blame Lizzo for this. Now, could this have been Lizzo's people? Maybe they could have dug this up. Or maybe it could have been the fans. But see, here's the thing. If that's what happened, then Aries Spears, you should have not said nothing about how she looked. You should have been like, well, she got a weight problem. But see, remember what I talked about in the commentary about Lizzo versus Aries Spears. I said I agreed with 85% of what he said. This was before the video with the child grooming had leaked. I said, but he was wrong for saying that she looked like a shit emoji. I said, that's too extreme. And I said, why would you compare her to that? Now, the bag of potatoes is one thing, talking about the health, even though he's not the perfect candidate to do so. But that was really going to the extreme. Now, I was like, gee, I wonder why he's saying that. Now, he was asked about Lizzo from the Art of Dialogue. Now, this lawsuit wasn't just filed a couple of days ago. This lawsuit was filed probably months ago, if not maybe a year ago, but it's just now coming up. The thing about it is, it's gaining so much steam because of the nature of the lawsuit. And it would have gained steam mainly because Tiffany Haddish's name is in it. Okay? Not because Aries Spears, because nobody's talking about Aries Spears. Now, what I want to say is that we as Black people, we got to stop with this whole thing of, well, they're blackmailing entertainers, and this is what they do. No. In this case, this ain't no blackmailing. They did that. They consciously did that. It's not like they was having sex with, it wasn't like Aries was having sex with two men. Okay? And he was under the influence. No. They planned this whole thing out with those children. Okay? And that's why I say they don't ever need to work on a set with children again. Because the thing that's bothering me with this is that who was filming this? Who was the production behind the scenes? Because there had to be people behind the scenes. And who? Now, here's the thing. In order to do that type of video, sketch with kids, you have to tell the parents. They have to consent to that. That's what makes it criminal. She didn't know. Because the mother said, I would have never consented to that if that was the case. I believe the mother, too, was agreed. But the thing is that the mother wasn't around and she didn't have chaperones. And who was the producers of it also? They were supposed to tell them what it was. Because she could have made by her mind, like, listen, I don't want to do it at all. But see, the problem is she got those kids off the street. They weren't really kids in the industry. They might not have even had SAG cards. Because if they were union, they wouldn't have gotten away with this. So they used them just for that purpose. And right after that happened, guess what? Tiffany started getting a lot of roles. Nothing happened for ariesspears. He was still doing the clubs. But she started getting a lot of movies. You know, she got the Keanu movie. Then she got Girls Trip. You know, suppose they filming Girls Trip 2. And, I mean, she started really blowing up. So, it benefited Tiffany more than anything. But I don't see this turning out good for Tiffany. Definitely not ariesspears. But I see them, and it should happen, I see them being registered sex offenders. Because that mother and really the sister who's now 22, who was the girl that was in the first video that they won't show, of her simulating like the sandwich as it being a phallus, she's the one that's leading the lawsuit. Okay? And she filed it on behalf of her brother because she was a victim. Mark my words, ariesspears and Tiffany Haddish are going to be sex offenders, as should. Okay? They're going to be on that list. They might not go to jail, but they're going to have to pay a lot of money and they're going to be registered sex offenders. And with that being said, I'm signing off. Thank you for listening and tuning in. I'll be back soon. Later.